This might quite possibly be the most embarrassing story time of all time, but I think it might show you guys a little bit of where I actually come from, because these days, man, literally my last girlfriend, I went up to her at a party, ripped my shirt off, got her Instagram, we hung out, like made everything happen just like that. And I did that completely sober, but I was not always like this, because back in the day, obviously you saw the title, I actually fainted talking to my crush in high school. So this is going to be a juicy story time, man. This will be a very fun story. So let's just get straight into it, man. I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So pretty much my entire childhood, I hated it. So I pretty much looked forward to being an adult like my entire childhood. I did not like being a kid. I did not like being in high school. For me, I fantasized about being an adult. And being an adult is much, much better, man. Like, you have a lot more freedom, a lot more power. So most of my childhood, man, I had a shit ton of anxiety, a shit ton of depression. Like, I hated every second of it. So let's take things back. All right, so most of my childhood, I went to the same school pretty much most of my life, okay? Now, there was one semester where my family was going through some issues, and so we had to move. And so I had to switch schools for one semester. This semester was whenever this happened, because beforehand, man, I was in a position with my school to where I had all my friends. I felt very stable. Like, I had everything going for me. I was playing basketball, and then I go to this new school. I don't know anybody, and so my anxiety was through the roof. I also went to a very preppy, like, rich kid school before that, and then I transferred to a school basically with all these cowboys, you know, like, people were literally wearing cowboy hats, rednecks. Like, it's a much more weird school. And I did not fit in the slightest. Now, the very first day of school, there was this girl. And I had a crush on her. She was in a lot of my classes. I'll just say her name. Her name was Megan. And so I thought Megan was very, very cute, man. And every single day, I remember in all my classes, like, I wanted to talk to her, but I just never had the balls to actually do it. Like, I would just fantasize every single day about what I would say, how I would talk to her. And it's so stupid looking back on it, but it's hilarious, man. And I was just so anxious, I never actually had the courage to speak to her. And now this went on for a couple of weeks. I see Megan every single day. I want to talk to her. I don't. I get scared every single time. So this happens day in, day out, day in, day out. Keeps on repeating itself. Up until picture day. And now picture day comes. Every single student in the entire school all gathers into the gymnasium. So at this school, it was like grades 9, 10, 11, and 12, all in this gymnasium. Now this was a smaller school than my previous one, so it was like 1,000 to 2,000 kids in the entire gymnasium. Now the smallest chance, the smallest coincidence, guess who I'm standing behind in line for picture day? It's Megan. So I'm right behind Megan. Still, man, like my heart's beating, like I want to talk to her, I want to say something. She plays basketball. I used to play basketball, so I thought, oh, maybe we can talk about basketball, something like this. But still, man, I was too scared to actually say something until all of a sudden, guess who starts talking to me? It's Megan. She wanted to talk to me the entire time because she also had a crush on me. And so I'm talking to Megan, man. I remember, like, we're talking about basketball. We're talking about how I transferred schools, like where I'm from. Like, the conversation is going so well. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, I think I actually have a chance with this girl. Like, I love this so much. And so all of a sudden, I look up and I see a whole bunch of heads looking at me. And so I passed out whenever I was speaking with Megan. I got so nervous. I got so anxious. My knees were locked up. There was no blood flow throughout my entire body. I fainted. I fell backwards. This kid behind me ended up catching me. And the entire school watches me faint while talking to this girl. So this was a pretty fun day, and then after this, I go to the nurse, and then she says that I have a health issue. I need to go to the doctor. And so my mother has to come pick me up from school, take me to the doctor, and then I lied to the doctor, man. I said, I did not tell anybody that I was talking to a girl. I didn't tell anyone I had anxiety. So what they did is they put a heart monitor on me for like a month because they thought I had a heart issue, and it was a medical issue that I passed out. Everyone thought this, man. I don't remember how long I kept this up for until I finally told my family that I was just talking to a girl. My family thought it was the funniest thing in the world, man. Literally let my family spend thousands of dollars on medical visits just because I couldn't say that I passed out speaking to a woman. And now this just goes to show how much anxiety I used to have, because a lot of you guys, like, You look at somebody like me, because obviously I'm 6'5", I'm very confident, like I can talk to literally any girl I want to these days. But it was not always like this. This was a skill that I had to acquire. This was a skill that I had to build up. So this is one reason I hate like jealous, envious people, because some of you guys, you look at me like the way I am now, and you don't understand how far I came from, because I can guarantee you, none of you guys watching this have probably ever passed out in front of a woman. Like none of you have ever been that insecure, that anxious. Like that is like a new fucking level of anxiety, man. And I did it. And I have no shame because of who I am today. Literally getting girlfriends by ripping off my shirt and going up and speaking to them. So if you get anything from this video, I just want you to know that no matter where you are coming from, you can always improve. You can always become the most confident version of yourself, the most muscular, the most lean, the best looking version of yourself. Because even then, man, I was never really like the really good looking, charismatic kid at school, you know? By the way, guys, I had to finish up that semester. My parents wouldn't let me switch over mid-semester. And so every single day for the rest of the semester, I had absolutely no friends. Everybody knew me as the kid who passed out. I would eat lunch in the school bathroom. Like, I hated my life for that semester. And then I went back to my old school after that. Everything was fixed with the family. And I saw all my old friends. And it just felt so good again. And once again, my reputation was saved because no one at this school heard about what I did at the other school. So it was perfect.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
Just remember, man, stay focused on your self-improvement. Do not let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. I believe in you. That's it for today. Once again, if anyone watching this needs help with their fitness goals, the link in the description box for a free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wing. I've transformed literally thousands of personal one-on-one clients into Greek god, male model shape. So if you want to be next, man, hit that link. Also, kalosique.com for the best supplements in the fitness industry. We got pre-workout, whey protein, creatine, high growth supplements, everything. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and like this video to push it out into that YouTube algorithm. That's it. I'm gone.